When Kim Kardashian first stepped into the world of criminal justice reform, many dismissed it as a publicity stunt. A reality star, famous for selfies and red carpet appearances, daring to take on the American legal system? Few took her seriously. But over the past several years, Kim has proven that she's not just dabbling, she's shaping national conversations, and now she's at the center of one of the most explosive debates in the United States: President Trump's controversial ICE raids. At the DVF Awards ceremony in Venice, Kim Kardashian delivered a speech that shocked some, inspired others, and cemented her status as more than just a celebrity. She openly condemned Trump's deportation policies, calling them cruel and inhumane. For someone who had once worked hand in hand with the Trump administration to secure clemency for incarcerated individuals, this was a turning point. The moment was powerful. Kim, standing on an international stage, declared that targeting immigrant families through late-night raids was not justice, it was terror. She described Los Angeles, her hometown, as a place where immigrants have built businesses, contributed to culture, and raised families for generations. To see those same families ripped apart by federal agents, she said, was unconscionable. Her comments came just days after she had already spoken out online. On Instagram, she posted a long statement denouncing the raids. She wrote about mothers being separated from their children, fathers being detained at work, and entire neighborhoods living in fear. Her words quickly went viral, with millions of likes and thousands of shares across platforms. Protesters in LA even cited her post as a rallying cry, holding up signs with her quotes. But what made this moment even more dramatic was the history between Kim and Trump. Just a few years earlier, she had walked into the White House to plead for Alice Johnson's release, a meeting that ended in victory and made global headlines. She had praised Trump then, saying she was grateful for his willingness to listen. That partnership opened doors for more clemency cases, more conversations about prison reform, and a surprising friendship between the billionaire reality star and the billionaire president. Now that friendship looked broken. The Trump administration didn't take her criticism lightly. Tricia McLaughlin, Assistant Secretary at the Department of Homeland Security, clapped back on social media. She posted mugshots of convicted, undocumented immigrants with the caption, "Which one would you like to stay?" The message was clear: Kim Kardashian was being painted as soft on crime. That tweet ignited a firestorm. Kim's fans defended her, arguing that she wasn't excusing violent offenders. She was speaking about the thousands of non-violent individuals who were being caught in broad sweeps. Others accused her of hypocrisy, pointing to her past willingness to work with Trump when it benefited her brand. The clash highlighted just how much Kim Kardashian's role has changed. She's no longer just a reality star commenting on politics. She's positioning herself as a legal advocate, someone who has studied law, who has worked alongside attorneys, and who is preparing for a future where her influence extends beyond television. In fact, her law journey has been central to this transformation. After announcing her decision to pursue a law degree through California's apprenticeship system, Kim spent years studying under prominent lawyers, logging thousands of hours of coursework, and even sitting for sections of the baby bar exam. Despite early failures, she eventually passed, silencing critics who thought she lacked the discipline. Now standing in Venice, she merged her two worlds, law and activism. She framed her condemnation of ICE raids not as a celebrity opinion, but as a legal argument rooted in justice, fairness, and human rights. The press went wild. Outlets from Page Six to Teen Vogue to the Daily Beast ran headlines dissecting her comments. Some applauded her bravery, others mocked her, questioning why anyone should care what Kim Kardashian thinks about immigration policy. But whether they supported or hated her, everyone was talking about her. Meanwhile, within immigrant communities in Los Angeles, her words landed differently. Activist groups reported a surge in attention to their petitions after Kim's Instagram post. Local organizers invited her to meet with families who had been directly affected by ICE raids. She was no longer speaking from afar, she was becoming directly involved. And yet this move carried risks. In the polarized climate of American politics, attacking Trump's policies meant alienating a significant portion of the population, including some of her own fans. Conservative commentators accused her of betrayal, They pointed to the photo ops she had shared with Trump, asking how she could turn around and slam him now. Some even speculated this was a calculated rebranding move designed to align Kim with the Hollywood elite and distance her from MAGA culture. But for Kim, the issue seemed deeply personal. Friends close to her say she had been moved by private conversations with immigrant mothers during her legal work. She saw parallels between those families and the clemency cases she had championed, cases where people were punished disproportionately, where punishment seemed more about power than justice. That's why she felt compelled to speak, even at the risk of political backlash. The timing also mattered. Kim wasn't just condemning ICE raids randomly. She was on the brink of her next major legal milestone, preparing for her full bar exam, taking on new clients, and expanding her criminal justice reform initiatives. Speaking out against Trump's immigration policy positioned her not just as a student of law, but as a future lawyer unafraid to wade into controversy. The question became, was Kim Kardashian ready to become a serious voice in American law and politics? The story was far from over. Trump's allies weren't backing down. DHS doubled down on their criticism, pushing the narrative that Kim was defending criminals. Conservative media outlets ran segments ridiculing her speech. And in online forums, debates raged. Was she a hypocrite, a hero, or just a celebrity looking for attention? But Kim didn't retreat. Instead, she doubled down on her commitment to law. She revealed that she had been shadowing attorneys in Los Angeles, working on actual cases, and even helping with legal research for ongoing trials. Slowly, her identity was shifting, not just a woman who leveraged fame to free one prisoner, but someone trying to build an actual career in the legal system. Her critics often say she has no business being in law, but her supporters argue she's exactly the kind of person who should be in it, a wealthy, powerful celebrity who can shine light on injustices ordinary people might never see. And that's where the ICE raids controversy becomes pivotal. By choosing this battle, Kim Kardashian wasn't just attacking Trump. She was signaling the kind of lawyer she wants to be. In the weeks after Kim Kardashian's fiery remarks against Trump's ICE raids, the backlash was relentless. Conservative pundits dismissed her as a Hollywood hypocrite, while DHS officials painted her as someone who didn't understand the stakes of immigration enforcement. Yet Kim didn't retreat. Instead, she leaned further into her role as an emerging legal advocate. Behind the scenes, she continued her studies and revealed more about her apprenticeship work, drafting briefs, reviewing evidence, and sitting in on client meetings. For her, speaking against ICE was more than a political statement. It was an extension of her legal philosophy that justice should never come at the cost of humanity. Supporters rallied around her, pointing out that Kim had already proven herself capable of impact. After all, she had directly influenced clemency cases and helped push bipartisan legislation forward. Now she was applying that same energy to immigration, a riskier, more polarizing topic. What struck many observers was how carefully she balanced her words. Kim never denied that violent offenders should face legal consequences. Instead, she emphasized that families, children, and long-standing community members were being punished under blanket policies. This nuance showed she wasn't simply grandstanding, she was learning to speak like a lawyer. The controversy also reshaped her public image. No longer just a celebrity dipping into activism, she began to be recognized as someone serious about legal reform. Her name appeared in think pieces alongside seasoned advocates. Even law professors, once skeptical, acknowledged that her platform was forcing uncomfortable but necessary conversations. For Kim, this was never just about Trump or ICE. It was about proving she could stand firm under pressure, that her legal ambitions weren't a passing experiment. By challenging one of the most divisive policies in America, Kim Kardashian made it clear she's here to stay in the fight for justice.